Good morning. It's Nicole with Nick's Village, www.nicksvillage.com. Free Nick's Healing Arts. Nick's Healing Arts, not Free Nick. Nick's Healing Arts also. I'm here to do the Virgo reading. If you like my readings and you want one, you can go to www.nicksvillage.com and I can give you a personal one. I do them in person, by email, and by like Zoom, messenger video, that kind of a thing. I also am a Reiki master teacher. So I give Reiki. You can book that through my website. I do reflexology and an amazing bomb-ass foot wash. Like, I'm here to tell you, I'm not even a foot person. I do not like feet. And I got this idea that I was supposed to be washing feet. And my friend, Wild Bloom Wellness, Jessica Anthony, she made me this amazing oil that I use with it. And it's the oil that they used in Jesus' times. Jesus was getting his feet anointing and anointing the feet of others. And so I have this special oil that I use. And I've just learned reflexology, so it's an amazing service. If you ever wanted a foot wash service, you should check me out because I do it. I also have an inner child workshop that I've created and that I share. I take it to retreats. The next retreat I'll be at is November 5th with Becky. Journey to Wellness is what I think it's called. I never can remember the name of it. But if you go on my Facebook or my Instagram, I'm sharing it because it's something that I'm involved in, and I'm Team Becky. I love Becky. So I'm happy to be involved with her. What else do I do? I really want to heal the world. So it takes a village to heal the world. It starts with me. Nick's Village, healing the world one person at a time. And by that I mean every person I come in contact with, I'm trying to give them a little tiny bit of healing to take with them. But today is our Virgo tarot reading. I don't do tarot readings all of the time for YouTube because I work a lot. I teach yoga and I teach three different kinds. I teach gentle yoga, I teach a relax and restore, and I teach Kundalini yoga. And I'm teaching every day at this point, a couple times a day. I also teach preschoolers yoga. And that's how I make the money. And if you want to support me, I'll put my PayPal link at the bottom of this video and you can support me that way. Because it helps me to have more time to be able to do videos and read tarot, because that's really what I love doing. And I like teaching yoga too, but I think out of the two, I would prefer to read cards all day, every day, than to teach yoga all day, every day. So with that, we are going to do the Virgo reading for today. See what the universe has for the Virgos. Here we go. Card number 16. That's Rapunzel. Two of Wands. And Seeker of Wands. So I'm going to start with the very first thing I noticed about your reading, Virgo, is it's talking about spiritual stuff. It's talking about your spiritual path. And I get that because you have a major arcana card, which is card 16, and major arcana talks about our spiritual journey in a big way. And you also have wands. Both of these cards are wands. Wands symbolize our spiritual journey. Wands are not as, and it's hard for me to pick these words because I don't want to give one more power than the other, but it's your your spiritual journey that the major arcana is talking about, which would be this card, is your soul advancing. It's, in my belief, we come here and we have work to do. It's like, you need to learn this, 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 and this. We say, because we're enlightened beings at that time, and we say, oh, okay, I'm going to take this on. I'm going to give me an alcoholic dad, give me an absentee mom, give me this, give me that, give me a brother that, goes to jail all the time. Give me a sister that doesn't want her kids. Give me this, give me that, because we know that those things will help us to learn. And so we pick that stuff, trying to build this path to understanding things that we don't currently understand on a spiritual level. And then we come to this plane and we're born and our memories are gone. And so we don't remember that we chose this life so that we could learn these things, so that our soul could advance. And we're here working those things out. The major arcana talks to those things. It talks to those things that I needed to learn for my soul to advance. I think of the minor arcana, the wands that are talking about spiritual principles. I think of them as talking about my more everyday decisions. So how I describe it to people most often is I say to them, so imagine it's a cold morning and you're waking up and you're going out to start your day. And you're like, what do I want for breakfast? And a part of you wants oatmeal and a part of you wants Cheerios. The universe might say to you, it would be a good idea to eat oatmeal today. It's not going to hurt you if you eat the Cheerios. The oatmeal, the reason why the universe is telling you the oatmeal is because it's a more comfortable one. When you go out into the cold, your stomach is nice and warm, your belly is nice and warm and full, and it feels different than when you eat the cold Cheerios. So when you're going out to be in the cold, you might want to eat the oatmeal, but you can eat the Cheerios. So that's how I look at the wands as opposed to the major arcana. So we're going to start with Rapunzel, which is the Tower card. And I'm not going to, Virgo, I'm not going to make this like light for you or anything. This is the very first card I pulled for you. That's the Tower card. Actually might be the last card I pulled for you, but it's the first card. It's the first card. And it's the Tower card, and it's saying to you, so the Tower card is always a warning from the universe. It's always we've been trying to get the message to you. You've been trying to learn this lesson. You've been working on this lesson. You're working on this lesson. You haven't gotten this lesson yet. You need to get this lesson. And then finally you get to this moment where the universe is like, okay, you're not getting it. So I am going to disrupt everything to a point that you will have to get it, because you're going to have to figure it out from a mess. So a lot of times it's stuff that we need to purge. The universe is saying, you need to get rid of this, Virgo. You need to stop doing this, Virgo. You need to let that go, Virgo. And for whatever reason, Virgo is continuing to hold on to it, continuing to do the thing, continuing to be in that space where the universe is trying to nudge Virgo out of. Because of this, Virgo, the universe is letting you know that you need to figure this out really quickly, or I'm going to tear it up. I'm going to just blow everything up. I'm going to tear it all up, and you can figure it out from there. The Rapunzel card I really love, because in this card, you'll see she has the choice to continue to play the game that she's playing with the witch. She can continue to do that over and over. And over here is somebody who might be able to help her. But she's not even attempting to get the help, because she's just continuing to do the same thing. So I would say, Virgo, that you are continuing to do the same thing. You're banging your head up against the wall, continuing over and over and over to do the same thing. Help is on the horizon. It's right there, and you're looking past it, you're looking around it, and you are continuing. It feels like a victim mode. You're continuing to stay in this victim mode. And the universe is saying you can stay in that victim mode, but you are going to be a victim because I'm going to destroy everything. You're going to be left picking up the pieces and figuring it out. The Tower is not bad. I am not looking at something bad, Virgo. I'm just saying to you that if that's the way you need to learn the lesson, then understand that you needed to learn it that way. And if there's another way that you're trying to learn it, then do the other thing, do something different. You know, sometimes we don't learn, we have to be hit in the head with the same thing over and over again to understand. And so what this says to me is that there's some kind of spiritual principle that's coming along has been introduced to you, some kind of way of living or way of understanding that's been introduced to you, and you refuse to listen to it. You keep looking at it in the way that you know, and you keep feeling victim to it instead of understanding that you ultimately have the power, Virgo. So that's what I see out of that card. And then we're going to get to the Two of Wands. And so when I look at the Two of Wands, I feel like you're being asked to see yourself, to look and really see yourself and see the spiritual being that you are. To see and transform into the being that you are. To reflect on who you are. To reflect on who you are in the deep, in the core of you, who you are. Who you really are. You're being asked to reflect on that and transform into that. So a lot of times we don't live up to our potential. And I hate saying that because I was always a kid that didn't live up to their potential. I was so bright and I was so this and I was so that. And, you know, the world imagined that I was supposed to go in a certain direction and I didn't go in that direction at all. And so I kind of don't mean it like that, Virgo. I mean it like sometimes we don't see how beautiful we are. And other people are looking at us and like, you're so beautiful and you're so great. And we're just like, what? And we don't see it. I know for a long time, people told me that they saw this light in me and they understood this thing about me that I just didn't have a clue about. And now I hear myself speaking of myself with this light and this energy and like of who I am. And I understand it a little more. So I feel like that's what's being asked of you, is to really look at yourself and really see yourself and see yourself on the spiritual path. Like, who are you and what are you? It's almost like you imagine yourself as you don't understand how far advanced you really are. Like, it's almost like you equate who you are on earth with who your soul is. It's like just because you're a child on earth doesn't mean that your soul is not enlightened to a certain degree. And so you're being asked to get in touch with that and to walk in that. I've met a lot of young people in my life that walk in that. That you meet them and they're babies and you're like, whoa, this one's been here before. This one knows some things. And they're a baby and you just know they know some things. It's almost like that. It's like, it's time for you to see in yourself who you really are and transform into that and bring yourself into that. And then we get to, and this is definitely what this is talking about. So if I had to, this is Seeker of Wands. So if I had to Just right then, when I went to pick this card up, I understood it. What is going on here is it's much easier in this world for you, Virgo, to be a victim. To be like, oh, I didn't know. Oh my God, this happened. It's much easier for you to do that than for you to take responsibility for it and to say, I am an enlightened being. I'm a being who understands. I know it works better in this realm for you to do it this other way. But the universe is saying to you, no, you're magic. You're special. You know better. And you need to act accordingly, Virgo. And if you don't, I'm going to tear it up. I'm going to tear it up and you're going to have to figure it out. And as soon as I looked at this card, it's like you want to run off to some outside source, the Emerald City, because the wizard can show you what to do. So you want to go to the psychic or the medium, or you want to go to the rabbi or the priest or the minister, and you don't want to look inside you for what you already know and for what's been with you the whole entire time. Virgo, you can't take that way out. It's not going to work for you. The universe is going to tear it up. It's time for you to take responsibility. It's time for you to move into and grow into who you really are, Virgo. It doesn't matter what the world thinks. It matters who you are. And it's time for you to move into that. It's time for you to understand that you've always been this person. You've always had this soul. It was just easier to move as if you didn't. So that's my reading for you, Virgo, today. I kind of am cutting it short because I feel like I went in on you. I went hard in the paint. But the universe is going hard on you because it's almost like you know better. And I get it. We lose our memories. So in a sense, we don't know better. But you don't know better because you're not reflecting. You're not checking it out. You're not looking deep in your eyes and seeing. You're not breathing. You're not meditating. You're not breathing into yourself, Virgo. These are things that you need to be doing. So with that, I want to say thank you for listening. Thank you for being here with me today. www.nextvillage.com if you want a reading. And have a great day.